Hi coaches, here's a short video kind of going through the different things we're going to do this weekend in our two practices. We'll do the same thing both days, just switch corners for the stations. We're going to start by doing the same skating we did last time. I know our end never got into using pucks, so let's try to do some of that with pucks as well. Hopefully kids will get on the ice on time this time. I know that was a little chaotic in our end with kids getting there late. All right, then we are going to kind of end up doing 4 stations, but we're going to go 2 and 2. The first 2 stations you're going to do, you need to split your team into 2 teams again. And it's going to be a 1-on-1 battle in one corner and a 2-on-1 kind of breakout to a 2-on-1 drill in the other corner. So we are getting a little bit higher level. So the 10 minutes should be better this time. Last time I wish I would have made them a little bit shorter, but because these are more conceptual, I want to make sure we're taking the time to really teach these things that we're talking through in this video. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing up those 2 drills. I would recommend taking the black pads and kind of dividing down the ice with them because we want to make sure. So it doesn't have to be all the way down, but get them there. And then each side is going to have a net. We'll probably have a mini net in one end. It just depends on goalie situations. Okay. So in this upper right-hand corner, I'm going to show the one-on-one drill. So 2 players are going to go. The person in front is X1. The person second is X2. A coach is going to be here with the pucks. Drill starts by coach throwing the puck out. X1 is always the forward. So X1 tries to go to get it, and their goal is to get to the net to try to score. This would be the one that I would encourage putting the goalie in if you have a goalie at practice. Okay. X2 is playing defense. They are chasing this player, trying to take it away and trying to prevent them from scoring. Okay, so let them play that puck out for just a few minutes. We really want to get these kids battling, especially in tight, and offensively doing everything they can to put the puck in the net. When you're ready, or when you think they've played that puck out enough, you're going to shout out second puck. Okay, so just yell second puck. When you say second puck, F1, the first X1 I made, is going to try to get open. So they're going to try to get away from X2. Coach is going to make a pass with that second puck, and now they're trying to score that one as well. X2 is trying to find them and defend them. Okay, so it's 2 one-on-ones. The first where they're kind of racing to the puck behind the net, but X1 does get a lead. The second one with the other. Defensively, let's really talk to the kids about trying to get your stick underneath and getting their stick up and be looking for things that would be considered penalties. And again, that X1, we're really just trying to get these kids to attack the net. All right, the other drill is a little more complicated, and we might need to throw a couple of tires in. I didn't have them drawn in the practice plan, but you might want to put a couple of tires in here. They might get in the way, but I'm not sure how else to do it with them doing that. Okay, so start the drill. I would probably have kids start in 3 lines and talk about a rotation. So like after I was in line 1, I would move to line 2, and then I would go to line 3. Or you could just have them go back to their same line for a bit and then rotate the lines. Okay, so it kind of depends. I'll leave that up to you, but figure out something, because again, with these kids, it's really about teaching them organization as well. We really are trying to get them ready for squirt hockey and 10U hockey. And one thing I'm noticing is that they're struggling to kind of be in the lines and those types of things. And that'll developmentally come, but the more we can kind of coach that when they're younger, the better. All right, so once again, the coach starts with the puck, and they're going to dump one into the corner. Okay, the D is going to skate forwards behind the net, pick up the puck, and ultimately make a pass to this forward on the boards. So F1 is going to go down on the boards and pick up that puck. Okay, now this should look similar to the one-on-one drill we did before, where a coach was down in the corner and we were passing to them. So now we're adding in the layer where the kids can pick up the puck and pass to each other. Here's the other new thing though. F3 is going to come across. That's like our center in a game. So when F1 gets the puck, I want us to try to get that pass across. It may not work, and depending on the level of the group you have, you may have to adjust that and have F1 just carry it. If they don't make the pass, either way, once they kind of get that puck, they're coming up and curling down one way or the other, and now it's a 2-on-1. So these two are a team trying to score. The D, after they make that pass, we want to encourage them to come up to the middle and then skate backwards to play the 2-on-1. We can use the term gap up that would be a good language to start teaching the kids. The D always wants to gap up, meaning get close to the forwards and then come backwards. Again, it's going to be ugly in the beginning, but I think just the more we start to introduce some of these concepts, the better off we're going to be down the road. I would encourage more coaches to be in this station. Okay, the more coaches we can have there, the better. So each team has 5. I would say I would start with 2 coaches here and 3 here. And if we're missing coaches, adjust accordingly. I do think the one-on-one could be done with 1 coach. Might be a little trickier though. Okay, so we want to keep it organized. All right, so those are the 2 stations. And again, I will go 10 minutes for sure of each of those because there is more teaching and those types of things. After that, we're going to set up just a quick skating drill that everybody will do together. Okay, so this time I'm going to put the 5 cones vertically kind of this way and the lines in the corner. So they're skating this pattern. Okay, so we are trying to continue to get the skating work in rather than doing it as this like smaller station. We're just going to do it all together partway through practice. Again, anytime you're doing skating, really there's some key things we're working on. We want to work on those power turns. Power turns, we're focusing on 2 skates on the ice and using an inside and an outside edge at the same time. We can work on 1-footed turns. So that is when you're working on the inside edge, mostly. You could do the outside edge as well, where they're riding that outside edge. That's a little trickier for the kids. We always want to get the crossovers in. And we want to work on pivots. So that's facing one end. And if you really want to, you could have them do the whole thing backwards, but I would maybe just do the pivots. Okay, so having them run through maybe once each way with these 4 things. It can go fairly quickly, but again, just continuing to get the kids better at skating. Try to talk to them about focusing on that knee bend and really just working on those edges and then continuing to do it faster and faster. I would say with the skating on Saturday, let's do no pucks, and on Sunday, let's add a puck in for the whole time on that skating one. All right, once you've gone through that, then we're going to finish by playing a 3-on-3 below the tops of the circles. Okay, so this is another one of those places where I really want us to continue to teach the kids kind of how to do drills and not the drill itself as much as even just the setup. Okay, so again, the tops of the circles is kind of the boundary. We're not going to set up pads, we're not going to put anything there, but that's the boundary we want them to stay in, which means one team is going to be lined up. Maybe we should just have them go top of the circles back. That's drawn differently. I think I had them going across this way. But sometimes we struggle with that. So maybe we'll have them go top circles back, and then the other team can be tops of the circles back on the other side. Coach is here with pucks. And let me just double check to make sure I did it the right way. I said we're going to throw a puck in. Whoever is on offense tries to score. The defensive team tries to take the puck away. And it's basically Bobby Orr, those of you who know that name of the game. Some of you are coaching other teams as well. So it's a 3-on-3, and here you could go 2-on-2 depending on your numbers, but this is your whole group, okay? So probably 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, I should say. So it's a smaller area for Bobby Orr. Coaches here, they have to pass back to the coach in order to be on offense. So if X's get it first, they can try to score right away, but if O's take it away, they pass it to coach. Coach will pass back to the X's. Really in this game, you are trying to teach the idea of supporting the puck. So coaches, when you get that pass, don't just pass it right away. We're trying to get the kids to support the puck, move to get open, and then passing to them. When they're open, work on calling for the puck, so on and so forth. Depending on your number of coaches, you could put 2 coaches at the blue line instead of 1 if you want to have a couple of options to pass back to. Sorry, not at the blue line, but at the tops of the circles. And last but not least, I would like 1 coach from each team to be in charge of each line. I know it sounds silly, but if we can train these kids so that next year when they go to Squirts, that when they play a small game, they need to stay in their line. They shouldn't be skating around here in the neutral zone. They shouldn't be like over here if the line's over here. Just getting them used to being able to go to their line, wait for their turn, and go again. Okay? If they need to rest, they can take a knee and rest while they're in line as well. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. And for sure on Saturday, that'll be it. On Sunday, I believe right now we have the extra 15 minutes. So with those extra 15 minutes, we're going to play the 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 cross ice. Okay, so we'll set the nets up here. We're going to put black just switch colors. We'll put the black pads there. Oops, I should put that outside of the zone. Bad teaching right there. So these will go outside of the zone. Come on. So give them the pads to sit on when they're not going. Okay, so it's like sitting on the bench and then they pop out. So it'd be either 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 cross ice. Again, not skating around the neutral zone, but waiting patiently on the pad for their turn, so coaches can watch for that. Last but not least, we're going to switch. We're going to start just putting the barrier straight across the red line. With the U10 practices I've been working, the people are using the neutral zone. So we're going to try to keep some gap here, but we're going to make sure we put those pads down the middle, but we may go into the neutral zone a little bit at times. All right, that's what we got for this weekend. So hopefully this was helpful. Otherwise, I will see you Saturday. Thanks. Bye.